Have you ever walked past someone in need and thought, someone else will help them? It's a common thought, one that we've all probably had. But what if we are that someone else? Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful stories ever told. A story that challenges our very definition of neighbor. Let's explore the parable of the Good Samaritan. Our story, found in the Gospel of Luke, begins with a question. A legal expert, trying to test Jesus, asks, "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus turns the question back on him. "What is written in the law?" The expert answers perfectly. "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus replies. "Do this, and you will live." But the expert, wanting to justify his own actions, or maybe his asterisk in action asterisk, dash presses further. "And who," he asks, "is my neighbor?" Instead of giving a simple definition, Jesus tells a story. A man was traveling from Jerusalem down to Jericho. This road was notoriously dangerous, a winding, desolate path known as the Way of Blood because of the frequent robberies. And just as the stories warned, robbers attacked the man. They stripped him, beat him, and left him for dead on the side of the road. The dust, the sun beating down, the man lying there, broken and bleeding, hovering between life and death. Now, who would come to his aid? Soon, a priest happened to be traveling down that same road. When he saw the injured man, what did he do? He crossed to the other side and continued on his way. Perhaps he was in a hurry. Perhaps he feared the robbers were still nearby. Perhaps he worried that touching a bleeding man would make him ritually unclean. Whatever his reason, he passed by. A little later, a Levite, another respected religious figure, came along. He walked over, looked at the half-dead man, and then he, too, crossed to the other side and left. Two men, who by all accounts should have been the most compassionate, the most likely to help, did nothing. They saw, but they did not act. The hope for the dying man must have been fading with the setting sun. But then, a third traveler appeared. He was a Samaritan. Now, this is a crucial detail. In those times, Jews and Samaritans despised each other. They had deep-seated religious and cultural disagreements. A Jew would expect nothing from a Samaritan, and a Samaritan would expect nothing from a Jew. They were enemies. When this Samaritan saw the man, he wasn't filled with prejudice or indifference. He was filled with compassion. He didn't see a Jew. He saw a fellow human being in desperate need. He got off his donkey, went to the man, and began to gently clean his wounds with oil and wine, bandaging them with strips of his own cloth. He didn't just offer a moment of help. He took full responsibility. He lifted the man onto his own donkey and took him to a nearby inn, where he stayed and nursed him through the night. The next day, before he had to leave, he gave the innkeeper the silver coin stats. About 2 days' wages on, said, "Look after him. If you spend any more than this, I will repay you when I return." The Samaritan didn't just help. He went above and beyond, ensuring the man's full recovery at his own expense. After telling the story, Jesus turns back to the legal expert who asked the initial question, "Which of these three, do you think," Jesus asks, "was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers?" The expert, perhaps unable to even bring himself to say the word Samaritan, replies, "The one who showed him mercy." Jesus' final words are a command that echoes through the centuries. Go and do likewise! This story shatters our comfortable boundaries. It teaches us that our neighbor isn't just someone who lives near us, or looks like us, or believes what we believe. Our neighbor is anyone we encounter who is in need. The question isn't who is my neighbor, but am I being a neighbor? Compassion isn't about feeling sorry for someone. It's about taking action even when it's inconvenient, costly, or requires us to cross social divides. It's about seeing the humanity in everyone and responding with kindness. So the next time you see someone in need, remember this story. Remember the priest, the Levite, and the Samaritan. And ask yourself, which one will I be today? Thanks so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more content that explores life's biggest questions. We'd love to have you in our community. Until next time, go and do likewise.